In that one, how good was it to see your team keep the foot on the gas and close this one out and get the win?
Yeah, it wasn't easy. I mean, there was tension there at the end. Base runners had to navigate through the seventh and eighth. I thought the relievers did a nice job across the board. And Jose hung in there. I hung the slider obviously in the first inning and. Gave up the homer on the changeup to the opposite field there. But he got through 6 innings. He threw a lot more strikes. I thought he stayed composed after giving up the couple of runs, but we responded. We scored some runs, hit some homers. Good night offensively overall. So, we've been searching for wins. So, you don't get too picky about how they come.
You made the decision to put Brian Dozier in the number 2 spot. Could you have imagined it going as well as it did tonight?
Well, he had a good night. Just can't say exactly if it has anything to do with a little switch. Just sometimes it might take pressure off, but it's just one of those things where he had a good night. Had the triple and then the homer and got another hit. So just trying to get the offense flowing a little bit. We'll see which way we go with it the next moving forward.
They had some chances a couple times with the bases loaded, but they failed to score. Is that an encouraging sight that this team didn't let that derail them, that they did find a way to get out of the jam?
We've been looking for some of that, some of the situations that they happened in. I mean, they poked one over the opposite bag down the first baseline, and Braille hits one in the hole, kind of perfectly placed. We walk after the air, and Preston made some really good pitches. So, that's what you need. You're going to have people out there from time to time, and you got to figure out how to get off the field.
You sent Jose out there after the bases loaded situation for another inning. Was it important to get 6 for his confidence?
I thought he was throwing well enough. Just kind of how it was set up pitch-wise and everything else. He was fresh after the short start. We were at a good place in the lineup. I talked to him going out there. These were 3 big outs. If he could get them for us to go out there and be aggressive, and one of his best innings actually.
What happened on the suicide squeeze, Adrianza?
I haven't seen the replay. I think it was probably a tough pitch. It was down and in, right?
Yeah. Good spot for it.
I thought it was a good spot. Had the infield's in, ground ball, pretty high likelihood, and then we had a left-handed hitter on deck. I just hoping we get one in play there. And the few times I've tried it, it hasn't worked out too well. But I think that was a good opportunity to see if we could pull one off.
So when you win in spite of a little thing like that going against you,
yeah.
maybe good sign. You're owed a few breaks.
I said, the reason I do that with a guy like you, because I know you can do it. Just turn the page and try to finish the game as strongly as you can.
And then you bring in Presley for the perfect matchup of Abreu, and he gets a kind of a gift single, and he's got to see Davidson, who's had some tough luck.
Yeah. I just thought, with Duke out there, I knew I had to turn over if we got a base runner there. Presley did a nice job. He got ahead, and he got him to chop one in the ground. We're kind of in between shifting there or protecting the right side, and we end up hitting one in the hole. We just we got to it, but probably would have been wise to hang on to that ball.
That's about as efficient as Rodney can be for you, huh? That's a calm Rodney.
Has he had a 1, 2, 3? I don't know. I mean, he's throwing it over. Changeup was effective. Velocity was there. So I think if we can start get him a little more frequent work, I think he'll even get better. But seems to be getting on track.